to the channel, and in this video we're doing a recap and review of Temptation Island Season 3 Episode 4, Blake the Fake recap. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Also turn on that notification button as well. If you like the video, hit the like button and also drop a comment down in the comment section below because I like to engage with my viewers and subscribers. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. So we left off last week where we saw Kendall looking like he was about to cheat on his girlfriend Erica with Alexis. And Alexis and Kendall were alone in his room and Kendall was ready to go. However, Alexis surprisingly decided to put the brakes on everything. She wanted to wait a little bit longer and urged Kendall not to break her heart. Kendall assured Alexis that she was his #1 draft pick. I don't know if I want to call that a romantic term, but okay. But the question is, how long will Alexis be able to hold off? And we'll definitely see how that goes later in the show. So, of course, for the moment, Kendall and Alexis drama is off the table for right now. But, of course, the rest of the guys are in the house bonding with other singles in the house as well. So this is where we see Thomas flashing his smile at Sophia. And, of course, he's staring down in her chest. So he's definitely feeling her. And then we see Julian, who was all about Maya at the moment. And Maya eyed Julian with a hungry look as he told her that he's willing to accept the fact that his girlfriend Kristen might not be there for him at the end of this experience. So he's officially tired of kind of fighting for their relationship. So I don't know. This is a new one that's budding for Julian, it looks like, when it comes to Maya. Let me know what you guys think with this potential new couple. So we're back over at the girls' villa, and we see Kristen has definitely loosened up. And she's having fun and having a good time, which, you know, because a lot of the guys thought she pretty much was like a stick in the mud. And, you know, she was kind of, you know, not fun as maybe a lot of the guys expected. We now have Erin breaking the news to Shaquille that she is not looking for anything serious and she don't want to lead him on. And you know what? I will say that is good for Erin being straightforward with Shaquille, letting him know what she wanted. Unfortunately, however, Shaquille wasn't feeling that idea, but he obviously still think he has a chance. But, you know, of course, that chance ended when we see Evan and Erin ended up going out on a date instead. And I don't know if I see a connection with these two, with Evan and Erin. Let me know what you think. It seemed like it came out of nowhere, unless there are some things that we didn't see, you know, behind the scenes, or, you know, wasn't on Front Street on the cameras. But, you know, I don't know about these two yet. You know, I honestly thought that, you know, she has a connection with the guy that plays soccer, but we'll see. So we see Chelsea has a change of heart because she's not happy with Blake right now. So she's actually sharing conversation with Tom, who was impressed that Chelsea saw through Blake's act. Tom said, you know, that there's a reason that he called him Blake the Fake. And, of course, when he said that, that definitely earned him a date with Chelsea. And again, I'm going to keep an eye on this particular scenario to see how this works. I don't know if she really have a lot in common with Tom, but, you know, we'll definitely see. However, Blake was definitely not happy about the fact of everything that's going on. Because he, you know, it seemed that he was definitely interested in Chelsea. But he's definitely not happy about the fact that she decided to take Tom on a date with her instead. And this is kind of where we see Blake, that he's, of course, not taking this latest development well. He decided to team up with Shaquille to complain and go back and forth how they wasn't selected with dates. And at the end up telling Tom, F you. So the next day we saw Erica picking Jesse for her date, and they went off-roading. Erica said that she wanted to take Jesse's qualities of being patient, understanding, and put those into Kendall, but I don't think that's going to work. We also saw Chelsea enjoying her date with Tom because she felt like they were being themselves and not being fake. Like they were saying regarding Blake. Again, I'm going to keep an eye on this relationship to see where it's going. I don't see any connection there. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's slowly building into something, but we'll definitely have to see where they are going to go. So then we also have Aaron and Kristen and Evan and Juwan having a soccer game with their dates. And of course, Aaron appreciated Evan's competitive side, and Kristen stuck to her word and opened up with Juwan. So we, definitely got to see that interaction as well. And, I want to see how that buds too, and see if these, relationships are going to go anywhere. So back over to the other side with the guys, we got Thomas again and Sophia spending some time together, and they did some outdoor stuff. They went horseback riding. Also, Corey did with Amanda as well. Corey is opening up very, very slowly. This is Aaron's boyfriend, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if he actually flipped that switch and decided to, go in headfirst into this process. The other dates, they went boating. We saw Julian having some more conversation with Maya, who, of course, continually to give him this really intense stare. I mean, she's definitely a good listener, but she was staring at him, like, I'm really interested, or I think you're nuts. I don't know what that facial expression was. We also see Alexis flirting with Kendall as they ate strawberries dipped in some chocolate. So we see Kendall trying to feed Alexis strawberries, and she mentioned she didn't want to eat them that way. But of course, Kendall ignored it and told her that, of course she did. And, Erica kind of hinted about that bossy side of Kendall. But of course, Alexis decided to go along with it, I guess because she was enjoying the moment. But she needs to keep an eye on that. So later that night at the guys' villa, they decided to do a talent show. This is where we saw Sophia's talent, which was licking her elbow. We saw Nickole doing the splits. And then because Alexis claimed that she didn't have any time to prepare to do her talent, her trick was to make the first move, and she went over and shoved her tongue basically down Kendall's throat. But Kendall definitely didn't turn away, and he had this look of I don't know if I want to call it shock, but he definitely gave her a 10 for that kiss. Then back over at the girls' villa, Chelsea is now at the point where she wants to confront Blake about his fake behavior. Okay, Blake ignored Chelsea's concern and instead told her he had feelings for her. Chelsea said that she wanted to believe him, but other people felt that he was fake too. Blake then started to grill Chelsea on who was being the manipulative person in the house, telling her this information. And he said that he hopes whoever that is manipulating Chelsea, that she was smart enough to see who was stirring the pot, besides himself, that is. And I mean, it just went on and escalated between them. Of course, Blake is just pissed off at this point. And Tom was off in one corner with Evan and David talking about Blake's fake behavior. And while they're talking about him, we also saw a conversation happen between Alex and Blake, and if he thought he was fake, which was really Blake kind of, trying to get information to see if Alex was on his side. Alex said that he felt Blake took advantage of the girls in certain situations, but it's none of his business. And, of course, that's another red flag. Chelsea is gossiping outside to Rocky and Trent also about Blake. And then, of course, Shaquille, which is Blake's only friend, kind of tattled to Blake that Chelsea was talking to Rocky and Trent. Blake then, of course, in some form kind of manipulated Shaquille and sent him over to call him out. Shaquille ran off to the group. Blake ran the other way to use the bathroom. I mean, it was just a crazy situation. Shaquille claimed that, he was turning into Savage Shaq as he stumped over to Chelsea, Trent, and Rocky. And Aaron decides to go on one date with one guy, and Shaquille goes bananas and acts like he's the Hulk. Pretty much Shaquille and Nickole is the ones that obviously need to be introduced. But Shaquille told the guys to back off from Blake. Rocky and Trent said that Blake told them to F off. However, in Rocky and Trent's confessional, this is where we saw him stirring the pot even more. Erica decided to jump in to defend Chelsea. Erica tried to get Shaquille out the way, and she gently tried to move him. But Shaquille freaked out and told her not to touch him. And, it was crazy. Blake is standing right there and did absolutely nothing but just pretty much watch the whole situation, unfold. And that's the issue that, of course, everybody's seeing about Blake, and especially Chelsea. Blake finally jumped in, but only to ask Chelsea, who said he was fake. Literally everyone but Shaquille has been the one that said he, was fake. But Chelsea shut him down and told him that she observed his fake behavior. Nobody had to tell him that. So back at the guys' villa, we saw that Alexis decided that she was ready to take things to the next level with Kendall. And this time they went up to Kendall's room, and it looked like they did a little bit more than just some kissing. So he decided to go ahead and take this whole thing to the next level. Now, my question to you guys, because I've seen some people like, oh my God, he's cheating on Erica. Or do you see this as a situation where they signed up for this process and there's no rules? Because at the beginning, both of them said there's no rules. So he's definitely taking full advantage of the situation that he's in, or this process, experiment, whatever you want to call it. But let me know what you guys think. So now back at the girls' villa, Evan was showing a side of himself that he's been hiding from Aaron as well, hanging out at the pool. And it was pretty interesting. He was starting to act kind of fake himself. So we'll have to see. The jury's still out on Evan. So we see that Mark decided to show up and let the guys know that there is a bonfire tonight. And of course, Kendall is like, you know what? I ain't worried about it. I know she gonna see some things, but it is what it is. He was definitely okay with the process. So the girls arrived to join Mark at the bonfire. And the first one up is Kristen. And Kristen is shown some footage where Julian is telling Maya that she's the only one in the house that is still trying to get to know him. And Kristen seemed to be absolutely undisturbed by the footage. But Mark, he likes to kind of push the envelope, and he got Kristen to admit that there was a bigger event that happened in her life that made her hold on to the relationship with Julian, even though he cheated on her several times. And there's a lot more going on with Kristen that she lets on and hopes that she can get the help that she needs. So, it's interesting how, you know, she definitely tried to stay strong and watching that. And Mark was like, let me kind of peel back the layers and see if, you know, the unbotheredness was actually real. And he definitely got to the core. So the next thing is Aaron now being shown footage of Corey and Amanda bonding over him opening up to her. Of course, Aaron wasn't happy to see her boyfriend forming a connection with someone else. Aaron definitely realized she needed to open up to Corey if she wanted to keep him. And then Chelsea saw Sophia give Mr. Thomas a kiss on the cheek. Chelsea noted, you know, if she doesn't see growth in Thomas, maybe that they are not meant to be together. And she seemed kind of shocked by that kiss on the cheek, too. And last but not least, we got Erica. And Erica watched the footage of her boyfriend, Kendall, and Alexis hooking up under the sheets. And Erica seemed like she wasn't shocked. She shared that she had made a promise to herself that she, you know, wouldn't be in another relationship with a cheater, but she had made an exception for Kendall, who did cheat on her in the past. And of course, to no surprise, Erica said Kendall manipulated her into feeling like she was irrational and being upset about it. And Erica's clearly upset, but more at herself for being with another guy that didn't respect her feelings. Erica said she would not be vindictive, but if she decided to do something with one of these singles on the island, she's definitely going to do it. So we'll definitely see you know, what's going to happen in this relationship. It's still early. We're at episode 4. He's definitely, meaning Kendall, taking full advantage of the experiment, of the process. They both did in the beginning come to the island and said there are no rules. So I'm wondering how these two are going to end up, but we definitely would have to continue to watch and see. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's do our post notification shout out. And the shout out this week goes to Daniel Pollard. Thank you so much for engaging in the channel. I really, really, truly appreciate it. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you soon.